Hello, my loves. It is your favorite empath, Intuitive Kim the Goddess, here for another. They're not random messages. I just randomly do a reading, so that's why I call them random messages. But this is the continuation of the post that I just made on Twitter, and I'm gonna show the screenshot of that. It was speaking on the world and self sabotage. But what came out was here the Ace of Cups, meaning this means what she's doing is she's pouring into the rivers, pouring into the earth, and what we're not understanding is what we are what we are pouring into our environment and but outside of that, a lot of people are going through depression and darkness right now, and you guys need to, water also means like going with the flow. Allow yourself to feel what is going on and try to find a spiritual lesson in what it is that's going on that is beneficial to you and your spiritual journey. So what also came out was the Fool card and the Observer card. So what this spirit is telling me is that everyone, basically it's a fool mentality, and people are blind to God's eye, because that song keeps coming up. That God's eye keeps coming up, right? So next, what came out was the Seven of Wands. This is probably going to be longer than TikTok, so I'll post a continuation on YouTube for you guys today. So what came out next was the Seven of Wands, and what's going on in this card is it's a child. It's like people are being childish and petty, and they're playing with death. He's playing with death. He's mocking death and darkness. And spirit, the reason why I jumped on here is because I grabbed my pendulum and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say oh my God, but is this the message that y'all want me to give them? And they said yes. People are playing in the face of darkness and playing with negativity. People have withdrawn. The Four of Swords is here. So that card speaks of abandonment. Some people may feel like, because of the story of Yeshua, that God is not here with us. That's a whole nother video. I don't want to get into that. But there's a full sense of abandonment, but there's also some withdrawal. People are being too hasty and opinionated. What came out on the Four of Swords was the Page of Pentacles. I'm interpreting these cards in a different type of way. So what someone is doing is being very hasty, and if people are being too hasty and they're being too opinionated and they're withdrawn. That narcotizing, decent, what that word that I posted, I'll post a screenshot of that as well, that I posted on Twitter. So what's going on is people are looking for a handout. The Queen of Swords card is here. People are looking for a handout. And what we are not seeing is that they are giving these benefits to, there's a pregnant woman on here. So women and children is what's going on. But there's some focus also that's needed with the Queen of Swords. There's some focus that is needed on adapting and moving forward. But what really, really, really made me grab it was the Devil card came out in the Nine of Wands in reverse. So something is free, right? We know that what those cards represents. The Nine of the Wands represents being guarded, protecting what you created, but also being prepared. But what I interpreted here is something is not that negativity, something is not protecting. I don't know if people feel comfort in this negative energy, because this is the second time I'm seeing that card in a different deck. I don't know if people have grown. Remember, I was just speaking about the self-sabotage. I don't know if people have just gotten complacent in this negative energy and they are not protecting themselves and they're not being guarded, or they're not protecting themselves and guarding themselves against this negative, whatever this toxin is that's in our environment. I do see that people are mentally exhausted. I feel like it could be because of these mixed messages and everything that's going on here as well. Something about being mentally exhausted in a message. But some transformation is here as well. So it's something loose. They're saying something's not loose, but I feel like people are not protecting themselves properly. They're saying, yeah, people are not protecting themselves properly. Y'all have my pendulum now, so I'm trying to. So they're saying people are being fools. They're being foolish. Y'all not paying attention. This can be a specific message as well. Somebody's being fool and being foolish, and they're not paying attention to all the eyes that's watching them. Somebody has a lot of eyes on them, and they are blind to the fact that there's a lot of people watching them. But what I also interpreted here is people are being foolish in that God's eye. People are not paying attention to that. I'm getting a yes. Also, playing with death, playing with negativity, like thinking this is a joke is what I'm getting. Withdrawn, being hasty and opinionated. But then I got somebody here looking for a handout. I'm going to tell y'all now, if y'all watch my readings, I'm blunt. I'm going to tell y'all what they going to tell y'all, and it's going to be straight cut, no chaser. So you got to learn how to accept the truth, because that's the only way to the light, and that's the only way where there's no confusion and there's no fear. The truth is going to be the truth. And the truth is everybody looking for a handout. The world is being blind to its own self-sabotage, not paying attention to anything, being foolish, playing around, being withdrawn, being too hasty and opinionated, not paying attention to the negative. So this is my thing and what I don't understand. And yes, this is going to be a long message. I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. This was a Baptist and Christian-based community, right? So what I don't understand is, where is all of the faith? And because the church is closed down, that should not stop your faith, and not just your faith, your awareness, your spiritual awareness, your spiritual wisdom, that spiritual knowledge that you would gain going to church out of whatever message that you receive, because people get what is for them, right? And then you would go out into the world with that message, and your walk in your days would be different. You would be spiritually guarded. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to that? But then we have people looking for a handout. Something about being mentally exhausted with some messages. I don't know if it's because of confusion. They're saying no. Somebody's being mentally exhausted regarding some messages. And it could be because of chaos and confusion, but the Knight of Wands is here. So I don't know if that's be bold, make wise choices. Yes. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to that. But y'all needed to tell y'all all that, everything else I just said. But I understand people are mentally exhausted because all of these mixed messages that they're receiving. But y'all need to be wise about y'all next steps forward. And understand that faith that I just was talking about, that spiritual, protect yourself. Just be smart and be logical, and stop waiting for. I told y'all this at the beginning of the pandemic. Yes, they're going to help, but y'all gotta be smart and play in y'all own survival. And that don't mean be out here doing stupid stuff, because that's what got us in this place to begin with. Y'all eye ain't God, but this message is saying God's eye, and people have lost sight of that. So That has been your message, my loves. Namaste.